Hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. By the way, before we start, thanks a lot to all of you. 46,000 subscribers. It was only, I think, Monday when we hit the 45, and it was the Friday before when we hit the 44. It's really growing massively, and that in a space where the crypto market is not really too interesting. Yeah, it's fantastic. It will be really interesting to see what happens when we move to new all-time highs, but it's fantastic. We've overtaken Bitcoin anyway in terms of subscribers, so yeah, thanks a lot for that. Another comment to make as well, please double check if you join any more crypto online group anywhere, if it's the original one, an official one, because there are a lot of scammers and fake groups around. And bear in mind, I don't have any Instagram. So if you are joined or if you are following more crypto online on Instagram with my logo, it's fake, it's scam. I don't have any public Telegram group. So if you're in a Telegram group, more crypto online, and you're not part of the membership here on the website or here on YouTube, then also please leave that group. Yeah, it's fake. What else? Yeah, and again, the official links to all social media are on the website or here on YouTube in the on my channel page. But yeah, I'm not too active on them. I'm more active in the private membership groups and on Twitter a little bit, but also there in 2022 I want to get more active on Twitter. But please don't follow any scammer group. Yeah. All right, let's start with Solana. So Solana, yeah, a few people did complain actually in the comments last few days that we did not reach the level that I told you about, the $110 level. But there you go. Now you have it, $109. That is the level that I talked about. We should reach at a minimum in a 50% Fibonacci retracement in this current retracement. And there we go. We've reached it. So if I draw the Fibs again, you can see this is the 110. Maybe if I draw it a little bit more accurately, I'll get to the 109. Yeah, 109.62. So finally reached it. Perfect. So fantastic. And there we find support at the moment at the 50% Fib retracement. We need to be aware that the most relevant Fib retracement is the $101 level. So the 50% retracement that we reached, told you about, that this would be actually the minimum. If we are able to count an impulse into this structure here, then this would be the minimum retracement, because then we could count this here as a wave 1 and this as a wave 2. But to be honest, I do have problems to count this as an impulse. And I mentioned it in the previous videos, because you don't really see 5 waves, right? You only see 3 really. So we really have only the 2 possibilities, that this here was an A, B, C, where this means that we might now come down lower, which would indicate that in this scenario here, what you should be doing is something like that, where we have a wave 1, come up in a wave 2 again. That would be the next step. Move 3, 4, and 5. So you come maybe even lower into the target area. And to be honest, that $55 level is still an ideal target level. Yeah. It is still the level here, the 78.6% Fib level that many altcoins have reached. Solana never reached it, or hasn't reached it yet. And also I shared my concerns when we turned around here to the upside, that Solana turned in the middle of nowhere. It did not turn when it found support at the Fib level. So, you know, the $55 level is still at play here. It's more than it's pretty much a 50% drop from where we are now. Is it unrealistic? Maybe a little bit, but it still is on the plate. It's still on the table. We talked about that. Solana could not hold above $122, not above that important level. And yeah, it broke below it quite substantially, and it's coming down quite impulsively. So this is the bearish scenario, or more bearish. Actually, none of my scenarios are bearish. Okay, you need to understand that, because I always get told I'm too bearish, but actually none of my scenarios are bearish. They're actually super bullish. But obviously, I can't tell you we go to new all-time highs unless I have a confirmation. I have a lot of responsibility here as well, even though I don't give you any financial advice. But there are many scammers and moon boys around, and people who just hyping certain coins, a lot of very biased TA, a lot of very biased analysis. And here I really try to give you as objective as possible overview of what can happen. And I try to give you an idea of probabilities and my best view on the market, really. And I can't tell you that we definitely go up if there is still significant downside potential. And for Solana, together with VeChain, was one of the cryptos where I said with from all the coins that I cover, with a high probability, or with the highest probability, comparing it to all the other coins, you could say the low was already in. But the problem is that we obviously have not built a first impulse yet. Yeah, you can't really see it yet. You can see it on this chart. There is really only 3 waves. And this would mean that this year would have to be a 4th wave. Yeah, and a 4th wave, typically, I mean, if it's coming lower than the 50% fib retracement, and here you can see it, the 50% fib retracement, if it comes lower than that, normally you would not necessarily count it as a 5th wave again anymore. Technically, it still can be, and it can drop a little bit lower, in my opinion, until $95. So it could come down to $95. This is that first peak here of that uptrend. And it could still theoretically be a wave 4. But if you drop below $95, again, also that uptrend here is over. And that possible bullish scenario where we can count this here as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This possible bullish scenario is then over if we drop below $95. That is a significant drop. And to be honest, if we drop below $110, $109, it is getting less likely, because a wave 4 normally would not retrace more than a 50% retracement. It's very untypical. Yeah, it's not typical. So anyway, what can we expect now? So it's finding support here currently at that 110, $109 level. The way it's coming down here and the 3-wave structure we currently see, for me, still make it quite likely that we come down. It is difficult to give you clear probabilities at the moment, because, I mean, we need to understand that Solana has come from all the way up here. I've been talking about this target area down here. I'd be very happy if we come again into the target area, because it would be a great accumulation area for myself and for many of you maybe as well. Of course, I can't give you financial advice. I don't tell you to buy or not. But if you choose to follow my buy orders, a lot are set in this area here, maybe slightly above it. So it's a very important level, very important price range. So for me, there is still a lot of downside potential, I can tell you that. And unless the price is turning around now, I think we have good chances to drop lower and to dip back into the target area. And then we need to see, how does the price react to the $100 level? The $100 level is a very important one psychologically as well. So here, if we bounce off here, there's still a chance we move higher. Yeah, but even then, I'm skeptical about it, especially given how strong we currently come down here. There is a chance. I just gave you the view, and for me at the moment, my strategy is to dollar cost average in. You know, with my buy orders on Discord, I do dollar cost average in still. We've dropped to $110 in this current space where we are potentially turning around. It's just hard to say. You know, there are phases in the crypto market where it's just uncertain, and this is one of the uncertain ones. Personally, more likely than not, I would even say that we come down lower, back into the target area, as I said. The reason for that is how strong we have now come down, and the lack of a 5-wave structure to the upside, and the fact that Solana did not manage to hold above the $122 level. That's a very important, structurally very important level as well. So yeah, I expect further downside for Solana. Obviously, there is a bullish possibility, told you about it, and therefore my view is dollar cost averaging in the current price range is a good strategy for myself. Yeah, again, I'm not telling you to buy. Very important in my opinion is to build a portfolio in the current environment, because let's see, maybe 2-3 years on, we might never see these prices again. We might never see them again. And therefore, I think it's a gift that we currently have a bit of time to accumulate, not only Solana, but other cryptos. Of course, again, no financial advice. Please understand that I can only share with you what I'm doing. And for me, yes, we might drop a little bit lower. But if we talk at, you know, maybe even in 2022, when the low is in and we start maybe to new all-time highs, I still think it's possible in 2022. Then if we talk about a $300 Solana, maybe even $400 Solana, yeah, a lot of people will regret not buying here in this area. And again, it's only my view. If you believe in the project, I personally think the current prices are attractive, even if we drop once more to $55 US. But therefore, dollar cost averaging is so important. The problem is, if you chase the lowest point, and I know there were a few people who tried to chase a 55-cent Cardano, I told you, don't chase the lowest low, because we don't know when the lowest point will be. Anywhere in this target area, the turnaround could happen, and it did happen, but maybe we come even once more lower. This is impossible to forecast. It's a whole strategy around it. So for me, dollar cost averaging in currently is attractive, and not selling too early, that's important as well in my point of view. All right, that's my view on Solana. Hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.